What up, everybody? It's Sir Venom IK coming to you right now for the Smolensk final review. Now, this boat was given to me by Wargaming for purposes of this review. They actually gave it to us in-game, and now we're actually able to play it all over the server. So here you go. Here's the review. What up, everybody? It's Sir Venom IK coming to you right now for my final thoughts on the Smolensk. I've been playing this thing since it's been out. You guys could get it out of the armory for 244,000 coal. This thing is just strong. This thing is strong, man. You got 16 guns. You got 130 millimeters. It doesn't do a lot of battleship pin, but it still knocks the hell out of it and sets it on fire. You do okay versus other cruisers. It's a long game versus other cruisers. Versus destroyers, this thing is monstrous. 6, 7, 8,000 damage volleys. I mean, you 3-shot people. You can hit them pretty hard. I'm enjoying playing this boat. It does fit my personal play style. Where Atlanta, ladies and gentlemen, is my favorite boat in this game. I've got quite a bit of games in the Atlanta and in the Flint at the same time, and I think the Smolensk fits into that category as very squishy, but very in the right hands it's going to be a little bit overpowered to some people. I don't know, is it overpowered? I think it's a little bit OP. I think it's a little bit broken, and I think that the mechanics behind this particular boat are not for the new player, simply for the fact that it is so squishy and it does take a lot of damage. To the fruition of do 100,000+ damage, we do 100,000+ damage to pretty much every game, and then there's that one game every once in a while that kind of lowers the standards where I get depth struck. Yeah, it happens. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's frustrating. It's definitely frustrating, and it's definitely frustrating to play against. If you're ever on the receiving end of the Smolensk, then you understand what I'm talking about. Just the constant stream of just pew pew pew, and the pretty high fire chance, which I think is a little bit too high on this. But overall, play style, you're gonna it does have smoke. Comes with smoke, right? Smoke, hydro. Without the smoke, you are going to be somewhat near islands, somewhat near a cap that you can cover. You can cover caps, and you're going to want to get close so you can get your range, which is negligible. So what do? You take either BFT or you take the 6-slot range mod. I recommend the 6-slot range mod. That's my recommendation. So you can use your skills for something else. AFT is not necessary here, but you do have that choice. Then when your smoke is up, you can be a little bit more movable. You can be a little bit more aggressive, which is fine. But just understand that smoke doesn't last as long as you think it does. And people are getting way better at shooting in smoke, or they're getting lucky. I don't know. But watch out when you're sitting in the smoke and you're not behind an island. AA's fine on this thing. You don't need to boost it up any. If you do, I think you're wasting your time. I think you're wasting your points where you could put your points into making this thing more of an HE spammer, because that's its job. Set fires, and set more fires. One note about your smoke, that you do have smoke. Your firing range in this smoke is 5.9 kilometers. So if you're going to drop smoke, just like you feel the Kudasov, it's 7.7 kilometers when you're firing in smoke that people can actually see you. This one's 5.9, so you got to be wary of that, man. Try to stay about 7 or 8 kilometers away from somebody. And if you do get spotted, get the hell out of there, because you're gonna absolutely get smashed on by a lot of things. Now there's a weird pin value for these boats, right? Now I'm starting to see this more and more, where people sit there and they're broadside and you just get over pins, and you're like, oh, this used to be good, and I've come to the realization that they finally put in the mechanics to where you have to be at certain ranges before you can do it. So the closer you are to cruisers, the less chance to citadel them you have. Take that into consideration when you're playing against the Smolensk. But either way, guys, that's it. That's all I got. That's my final review. Overall, do I recommend this boat? Yes. Go get it. Do I like this boat? It's fine to play with. Do I like playing against it? Hell no. This thing is way too strong when you play against it. But, hey, use it while you can. I'm sure that there's going to do something to this thing to kind of bring the numbers down just a little bit to put it into balance. But overall, this boat, I give this boat I don't know, 8 out of 10. It's I'm going to give this 2 review numbers. Number 1, I give it an 8 out of 10 for the high side when you're playing as the boat, and then I give it a 2 out of 10 when you're playing against this boat, because no, I don't want to play against this thing. This thing is way too strong. It seems to me like this thing is way too strong when I play against it, but when I'm playing it, it's fine. Just don't play against it. That's it. That's all you got. That's all I got for you, man. I love you, boys. I'm Sir Venom IK. We'll see you guys next time.